Let's get ready to rumble.
Step into the war zone.
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 Friday night war zone.
Friday night war zone.
Hey yo, it's Phil Flames. I'm with Mike on the Mic and Joe Morley. About to bring you more heat. Welcome to the war zone. You can have a floor seat. Watch them on your iPhone. Watch them on your Galaxy. It's a sports debate show. Straight up out of SoCal. Gather around the laptop. Friday nights it goes down. And we on the radio. Coming to your locale. Got into the third round. Better bring the smoke now. Step into the war zone.
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 Friday night war zone.
Friday night war zone.
Step into the 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 war zone.
Friday night war zone.
Friday night war zone.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Friday Night Wars, and I'm leading off, so you already know what that means. I won again. Nothing new there, right? It's nothing new. Mike will tell you, oh, it's 2-2. It's 2-2-1. Don't worry about that, guys, because my record will start to get better. Unlike Mike's pick'ems, I'm going to start and go towards the top. Mike. This is what always happens. You win one, and you get big-headed, and you start to believe in yourself, and bam! The followers and I put you right back at the bottom, right? We send you right back to reality. Mike, I got some advice for you. I don't know if you want to take this, but some good advice for you. Anytime we're about to debate, we're about to start the show, instead of putting that chapstick on, go ahead and use glue instead. Because there's nothing that you could say that will ever beat me in a debate. I've always been told, I know, it's good advice right here, that life is full of disappointments. And I'm going to add your arguments to that list. Mike, please, I beg you, read Sports Debates for Dummies or something so you can at least have a shot against me.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah, you're here. You're here so I can have somebody to debate against and win against every week. Because, I mean, it takes. I'll give you that. It takes a lot to sit across from me.
Virtually.
Well, I'm a big dude, so I doubt we could both fit in the same room. I take up a lot of room.
It was a crazy week. It's still been a crazy week. It's Thanksgiving week. I understand you're the family man. All I got is a puppy. They obviously felt bad for you. They wanted you to have a good Thanksgiving. So I'll take this L with grace, with pride. We'll get better, Mike on the Mike squad, and we'll bring it tonight in this debate. Bring the fire.
And you brought up a good point. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. Hope your holidays are going good. If you live in California, I hope your lockdown's going good. Oh, my.
Yeah, I'm right here with you.
A lot of, like you said, a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. But the one good thing that everybody can go back and everybody can bring us all together is sports.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is true. And as much as we fight on the show, at least we're here fighting on the show. What else could we be doing? Yeah. Sitting there fighting in the comment section with somebody? Nah, I'd rather fight you on this beautiful Friday night.
Yeah. What better way to celebrate a Friday night than with you?
Obviously. A better way would be me beating you, but that is yet to be seen. I'm not going to get too ahead of myself. I'm not going to get too cocky. I'm the humble one on this show. I am the one that takes the L's with grace. I don't cry like the Raiders.
You have to, because you're not going to take any W's. You know what I mean? So you have to take the L's either way that you can.
No. It's all over this week. We're going to go at it, but at the end, the victor will be Mike on the mic.
You know how we have those little trophies? The little trophies at the top?
Yeah, I'm not giving you yours this week.
Can we make one a turkey leg this week? Can we just make it a turkey leg?
That's pretty cool. Yeah, we'll make it a turkey leg. I like it. All right, y'all, enough messing around. Let's go to war.
All right, gentlemen, question number 1. Should the NFL have a developmental league?
I do not want to see NFL development league Because if we see a development league in the NFL, the XFL will be all but dead at that point. The NFL B League, or whatever they're going to call it, if they do have an NFL developmental league, will scalp all of the players from the XFL, leaving the XFL with a very dull playing field of talent to choose from. The NFL does have a development system already in place. Why add another one? Why stick up more players to this organization? It's called NCAA football and practice squad spots. That's your development squad, your development league, your development time. Players coming out of college who want a larger spotlight or a larger amount of playing time should just head over to the XFL and help build their brand. If you're saying the XFL will be the development league, I won't fight you as much as if you just want to completely start a new league for the NFL. Just as long as the XFL stays completely independent from the NFL, I will be okay with it. This will prevent the NFL from wrecking XFL teams' rosters mid-season, like you see in the NBA, like you see in the MLB developmental leagues. Also, the players in the spotlight of the XFL will get larger, and more players will take the leap to the XFL as players jump to the NFL. I miss the Los Angeles Wildcats. I think the XFL will be fine as a developmental system, kind of, that is completely separate from the NFL. If you smell what I'm cooking and you see what I did there.
A developmental league is a must for the NFL. I am a sucker for the underdog stories. We see it every year on Hard Knocks. They find an undrafted guy and follow him. Every year he gets cut, right? NFL teams bring in 90 guys at training camp. They cut the roster down to 53 plus 10 for practice squad. That means 800 plus players are out of jobs at the end of training camp. And for some, that means their career is over. A developmental league, not a league like the XFL, which is trying to compete with the NFL, a developmental league, which is a stepping stone to the NFL. I prefer to watch a developmental league on Thursday night instead of the NFL teams that are playing right now. Teams can designate players there. So if I'm a Rams fan and I watch and the Rams players are there, I'm watching them. But if any team is willing to pick those players up and put them on the active roster, they go sign with that team, kind of like the practice squad. This year, we saw P.J. Walker become the front runner for the XFL after being waived 11 times in the NFL. He was done. The XFL brought him back in, and now he just started a game for the Carolina Panthers this past weekend. How many other young players can we see grow and shine when we put them in the right opportunity and the right situations?
Yeah, Joe, I mean, I like that idea, the Thursday night thing and everything, but I feel like the XFL is fine. If you add another developmental league or whatever you're going to call it, and every team gets a roster of developmental players, the players are going to get so spread out that the talent pool is going to be completely ravished by the NFL. And now you're not going to see the XFL exist at a certain point. I want to see multiple football leagues in America. The XFL, I was really rooting for the AAF or the AFF, wherever they were, and the NFL, obviously, as the main football program. But I do want to see the XFL grow. I want to see players like Colin Kaepernick be down to play in the XFL. I want to see big-name players like Josh Gordon. If Terrell Owens really wants to come back to play football, go play in the XFL, and then mix that in with the talent that didn't quite make the NFL rosters. And I think you have a really good league in the XFL to run when the NFL is in their off season. I mean, that's a key for the XFL right now. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to win that competition with the NFL on a weekend. But yeah, that's kind of my view on it. I think that the XFL can be a developmental system for the NFL in a way. But I don't want the NFL to have control of the XFL, because then you're just going to see them pull players mid-season or at random times, the worst possible times, like P.J. Walker, for example. Last year, him and I believe he was on the Houston Roughnecks, I think they were called. They probably were going to win that championship. And if you pull P.J. Walker mid-season, that completely changes everything. So, yeah, that's kind of my mind on it. I think we both agree that we do want to see more football. We want to see another league. I'm cool with just the XFL. I don't need another league.
I like the XFL. Don't get me wrong. I had season tickets to the LA Wildcats. I was there. I was in full get up. Trust me. I was on their Jumbotron during some of their games, and you saw me dancing. I had no problem with it. But when they went bankrupt and they didn't give me my season ticket money, then I kind of got that little salty taste, right? When they didn't want to refund me my money. Hey, Rock, I know The Rock is out there. We have all these millions of people watching. So The Rock is out there. Dwayne Johnson, you're out there watching us. shoot me my refund or give me some tickets for the upcoming 2021 season, and we'll be good. And I'll be repping the XFL, and we'll forget about this whole minor league developmental stuff altogether.
So you're just mad that they stole your money?
They stole my money. Yes. Yes.
I mean, I would be mad too. I will be mad as well. You saw what I did at the end of the argument there? Where I put the little "if you smell what I'm cooking." You know?
Yeah, I heard it. That's
Okay,
what I'm
good.
calling. And The Rock saw it. He's
Yeah.
watching right now. The
Probably
Rock's watching.
excited. He probably just voted for me in the comments, actually.
Yeah, he probably just put it in there. Mike, I smell what you're cooking. He's in there. Rock's down there.
Wow.
Kevin Hart and I
Oh.
do not like The Rock, and we're going to go after him, and we're going to let him know, because that's what the XFL is doing. The XFL doesn't want to be a developmental league, like you said. They want to be a standalone league that goes against them. But it's hard. We've seen other leagues try, but we've never seen a team work with a league work with the NFL. And I think you have to go where the money's at.
Yeah, and I agree. The XFL will never beat the NFL. And if they do, it's going to take 25 years of building or something crazy. You know, you're going to need to get star players, legitimate star NFL players to leave the NFL and come to the XFL. It's going to be a lot like a WWF WCW battle if they ever tried to do that, but it's not going to happen. The XFL has to accept their place. Like I said, have their season during the NFL offseason, use players the NFL cuts, and build up from there, and establish yourself as your own league with NFL level talent playing in it. I think that's the best way they can go about it. It can be exciting. The XFL can be exciting, and I'm sure that they will be exciting. It was exciting the first time they tried it, so we'll see what happens this time. You ready to go to the next round?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Next round.
Okay, gentlemen, question number 2. Are the Baltimore Ravens in trouble?
Yes, the Ravens are in trouble. They are 6-4 right now with the trip to Pittsburgh looming. If they lose this game, they have 5 losses. 5 losses in Week 12. They're already sitting outside the playoff picture. The Cleveland Browns are, playing really good this year. And fun fact, the Ravens can sweep the Browns and still miss out on the playoffs because the Browns can finish with a better record. The Ravens have relied too much on Lamar Jackson this year, way too much. And he hasn't made the step forward that you would like to see him do in the passing game. Running, we know what he can do as a runner. He hasn't made that step as a passer. Also, teams are not afraid of any weapons on the Ravens offense. The Ravens defense is good, but when they face a good team, they crumble. They're crumbling. On top of, being what I would say figured out, the Ravens have been hit hard with injuries. And I think there are a lot of better teams in the AFC right now at this point. And if they lose this game in Pittsburgh, like I already said, you're looking at them having to at least go 4-1 the rest of the season, because I don't think they're going to have enough tiebreakers to make the playoffs at 9-7.
Well, Joe, if the entire team has COVID-19, then yes, the Ravens are in a lot of trouble. But in the long term, if they can get through this COVID scare that we're having this week with the Baltimore Ravens, does the Steelers going 10-0 and probably being the 1 seed in the AFC really hurt the Ravens to a point where they're completely doomed? I'm going to say no, they're not completely doomed. The Ravens are 1 year removed from a 14-2 and dominating season where they kind of just ran wreck in the AFC during the regular season at least. Most of that team is still intact right here on this 2020 roster. They just got to change some things up. As awesome as Lamar Jackson is, it was only a matter of time until the league caught on and caught up to him a little bit. They weren't ready for that initial shock of Lamar Jackson's talent and skills, and now that they are here and stopping him, slowing him down, it's kind of like everyone's figured it out, right? The Steelers are a team that could probably write a book on Lamar Jackson at this point. They've probably watched every play this man's ever played in his football career. So the Ravens just need to mix it up. Maybe don't put it all on Lamar's shoulders. Remember, he's only a third-year player in his second year starting. What's wrong with some growing pains? It happens in the NFL. I think Lamar will have a great career still, so Ravens fans, don't fear or fuss. You are still in very safe hands in the long term with big trust. Whoop, whoop. See what I did there again?
A woot woot. I wasn't very positive. It's like a woot woot.
That's what they do. The big trust. Woot woot.
Yeah, it's more like hmm,
Right now, yeah.
hmm.
Right now, it's looking very.
Yeah, somebody's got to go and fix it up, get it back to where it's right now. It's just
Nah, but in all seriousness, maybe this season is in jeopardy. Looking at their schedule, looking at how good they have to be in this second half or end of the season, last quarter of the season, to be a contender at least, let alone make the playoffs. But in the long term, I don't think the Ravens are doomed. I think they'll be back to really good football whenever they can figure out a good blend of Lamar Jackson and the rest of the team. And they need to build more. The team is not complete. They do not have a great receiving core. Their tight end is good. The running back core is good. You maybe could add one more and filter Mark Ingram out as he gets older. The defense is okay, but like you said, when you start to see injuries, they're not very deep like the Steelers are. And I think they're going to be fine. There's still more work to be done in Baltimore. Don't think just because they went 14-2 last year because Lamar Jackson had his breakout year that they're all of a sudden a perfect team. They're far from that, in my opinion.
if the Titans didn't wake them up last week, if the Titans went and had a team meeting on your logo in the middle of the field and it didn't wake you up, you're done. You're done for the season because it didn't wake you up enough to even beat the team that was on your logo. Yeah, your coach is the one that had to go out there and say something. Where were the players? This season, they're mailing it in. They thought they had it. They went 14-2, thought it was in the bag. Nah, the NFL don't work like that.
Yeah, I mean, doomed or done. I'll say that they're getting to that point. They got to win the Steelers game. I'll tell you that much. They lose this game, they're really, really screwed. But long term, like I said, I still believe in Lamar. I don't think this is the end of his career. We're not seeing the downfall of Lamar Jackson. We're just seeing some growing pains. That's it. It's just some growing pains. It's going to happen. It's the NFL. I'm scared to death for the Herbert growing pains. They're going to come. Probably in year 2.
Really? We can't
What?
make it one episode without Herbert?
You see the shirt? That's all I got to talk about here. You're the Raiders. You're out here upsetting the Chiefs and then almost beating them a second time. You're probably going to the playoffs in the Ravens spot in the wild card. You got all this love. You got all this hype. You got all this good stuff going for you, Joe. Why can't you let the little guy get one? Why can't you let Herbert get a mention on Friday Night Wars?
If you win this episode, if you somehow pull this episode off, we will do a whole 3 topics on Justin Herbert.
Oh,
a whole show dedicated to
it. You just ruined me because no one wants to hear that. But I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, if I do win this week, next week, 60 seconds will be Justin Herbert is the greatest rookie of all time, over and over again for the entire 60 seconds. Yep, you might puke. You might actually puke. I'm just going to say
I thought it was coming. I thought it was coming right now.
That's the only thing I got to say about the Chargers. But anyways, vote for who you guys think won this round in the comments, or wait until the end and vote for who won 2 out of the 3 rounds. That's why we do 3 rounds, so that way there is no ties. We do not want ties, so everyone go down there and vote in the comments. Let's move on to the final round of the night. It's going to be a spicy one.
Spicy.
All right, gentlemen, third and final question. Who is the best team in the NFC East?
Well, I got nothing catchy to start this debate off. I'm just going to straight up say it. The best team in the NFC East is them boys, the Dallas Cowboys. Why? It seems that the Cowboys have found some energy on offense with the return of Andy Dalton. And unlike the rest of the least, the NFC least, I'm calling it the least, the boys have a decent quarterback with some okay experience. Yes, to anyone that's confused, that is a complete shot at Carson Wentz. He is failing me this season, and I am very disappointed in Carson Wentz's performance because I backed him all offseason. I backed him. I defended him in bloodbaths of arguments, and he is proving all those people on the other side of the argument they were right. So, yes, that is a shot at Carson Wentz. Speaking of the Birds, as the Eagles are getting a little bit healthier each week, we still see them struggling to put up points and put up wins. They have now dropped back-to-back games to the New York Football Giants and the Cleveland Browns. So let's look at the Cowboys' schedule and their path to possibly making the playoffs and winning this division. Dallas has a somewhat easy finish with Dalton now driving the bus again. Dallas closes the season with Washington tomorrow on Thanksgiving, or yesterday on Thanksgiving if you're watching this on Friday. The Ravens, that might be a loss. Bengals, that's easy. That's a win. The 49ers, that's a good game, but I think they can win that one. The Eagles, they can definitely win that one. The Giants, they can definitely win that one. Them boys can realistically win 4 of the last 6 games, get to 7-9, and win this division. I am so confident that I am making this pick like you did last week, the day after Thursday Night Football, where the Cowboys are playing the football team. I'm taking the chance that they lose that game, and I lose this round. But I'm confident the Cowboys are going to win.
The NFC right now sucks. It's horrible. It doesn't seem like any of the teams want to win it, right? I'm going to pick a team, and I can tell you right now, as I'm talking, I'm not even 100% believing in the team that I'm going to tell you. I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, if I say that. They've had some injuries earlier, and they're starting to get healthy, and as of right now, the Eagles have a tie, which is helping them keep that first place lead. And it might be the reason they end up winning the division. I think they have too much talent to not win at least 6 games, which should be enough to win that division. Carson Wentz has taken a lot of criticism this year, but I think he's going to figure it out. Plus, something about the Eagles late in the season, they always start to turn it on. History has proven that, and we saw it in even last year when everyone wrote them off. They went back and won the division. The road won't be easy. It won't be easy. Trust me. They have to somehow pull off an upset of one of these teams. Seahawks, Packers, Cardinals, or the Saints, which is a big hope. I just think that it's enough. I think they have enough veterans that they could pull the team around and make a small little run. Either way, no one wins the NFC East, or no matter who wins the NFC East, it's a damn shame to have a sub-500 team in the playoffs and have a home game. And yes, I just said the winner of the NFC will have less than 8 wins, or the NFC East will have less than 8 wins.
Wait. I didn't look it up. That's their schedule to close the season?
Look.
Oh, they're done, Joe. No.
Check this out. If every NFC East team loses all their non-division games the rest of the route, Eagles will win it.
Yeah, if every team loses out, the Eagles will win it because they're in first right now.
No, they're not going to lose out. They lose all the games that are not NFC East games.
Well, I mean, did you hear the teams I listed off? Bengals, 49ers, Giants.
You're talking about the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys. Did you not listen to me a couple episodes ago when I said the worst team in the NFL is the Dallas Cowboys? Well, you're getting all worked up over one win. The Cowboys came back for 1 win. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
And all they got to do, it sounds like, is find 1 or 2 more nuts because the Eagles are going to only win, maybe, if they can beat the Cowboys, 1 more game. Maybe. You should have picked the Washington. You should have picked New York. When you said that schedule, I didn't even realize it was that crazy.
That's how much faith I have in the Eagles.
Yeah.
Look at that. Fly, Eagles, fly.
They're like Rocky Balboa about to get knocked.
And plus, you just jinxed the Cowboys. You did a TikTok. I don't know if people – I don't know how many people watch your TikToks, but you did a TikTok where you and Skip Bayless are dancing some horrible – what kind of dance moves are those? Nobody wants to see that. Nobody ever wants to see you and Skip Bayless ever dance.
It was the we suck, our team suck, but we won dance.
Yeah, it's like no body movement. It's just all arms, like, nah, like, no.
By the way, Joe, I'm very offended. You don't know exactly how many people see my TikToks. I have a whopping 9,833 followers as we speak. So if you want to follow me on TikTok, head on over there, Mike on the Mic Sports, and you'll see me dancing when the Chargers win and the Cowboys win the division.
I have 103 followers, maybe 104. I don't know, because my mom kind of made her friend Gladys mad at the book meeting, and she might have taken me off. She might not following me anymore. So as of right now, I think it's like 103 or 104. But hey, I'm there. I made it.
That book club is keeping you alive in this show too.
But all I care about is this show because we have, like I said, we have millions of people watching this show right now. Carson Wentz and the Eagles just saw me back them right now. And they go, we got the Joe Morley stamp of approval. Let's go prove him right.
No. If you scroll way back on my Instagram page, I did a full breakdown of Carson Wentz and what I expected from him this season. And he has completely failed me. I gave him my stamp, and he threw my stamp in the garbage and said I suck.
Just like debating. Carson Wentz and our followers don't have faith in you. But when I say it, magic happens. Magic happens.
It's not going to happen. I think whoever wins this Washington football Dallas game on Thanksgiving are going to win the NFC East and be the NFC East 2020 champions that can hold that T-shirt and that hat very proudly.
Nah. Darius Slay, Miles Sanders, you guys are all watching right now. Get it done.
Get it done.
Get it done.
Get it together and get it done.
Hey, 3 wins. That's all I'm asking for. 3 wins.
2 might do it.
Hey, it doesn't matter because that whoever that 7th seed is, or that that 5th seed is in the NFC East or in the NFC, you have an easy first round. It's kind of like having a bye.
You want to get the 5th seed. You don't want to win your division this year. You want to get the 5th seed, get that bye week. It's going to be like the Rams or the Cardinals or something. They're just going to murder an NFC East team in the playoffs.
I would like to, you brought up the Giants winning the NFC East, maybe, possibly. It would be funny if the Giants did win it and then Tampa Bay had to go to New York because Tampa Bay had a hard time with the Giants, and then the Giants knock off Tom Brady in the playoffs.
Oh, that would have been great. That would have been great to put in your argument. Too bad you didn't.
Let's start it all over. I'm going to start
Put the timer up. Put the timer.
Start it back up. Hey, everything that you heard before, erase it. Get the Men in Black thing. We'll get the little pin out, and we'll do like the little whoop, push the button, and we got it.
He's gone. He's going to redo it, everyone. Oh, man.
We're going with the New York Football Giants.
Tick, 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 tick. That's
it. That's it. Just put that. Just put
Okay.
New York Football Giants.
Yeah.
Beep.
I'll cut the other 90 seconds out. This will be the one that will be put there. Or actually, I'll leave your whole argument about the Eagles, and at the end, it'll just be I picked the New York Football Giants. Complete plot twist.
Like I said, all this about the Eagles, but I'm going with the Giants. Like I told you, I'm going to win the other 2 rounds, so I'm not really caring about this round. Because I told you, I'm not 100%. Like, I'm looking at all 4 of those teams, and I'm just like, wow. Like, the Chargers could actually compete in this division. That's how bad they are.
The Chargers would probably win the division. The Chargers and any bad team in the AFC probably would win the division.
Let's just say the 49ers, with all their injuries, the year that the 49ers are having would probably be the top. Well, with the record right now, they would be
at the top of the division, yeah.
But they would probably have more wins in that division.
Yeah, they would probably have a few more wins. They'd probably be like a little bit over 500, and they probably would win the division. It sucks, but that's the way the NFL is formatted. And I've been saying it for years that the NFC East should be like disbanded and like dispersed through the rest of the NFC, just because this seems to be a common thing with them, where they just barely squeak into the playoffs just to lose, even when they are 11-5. You know what I mean? It's just still the same story every single season.
You don't buy into it that the NFC East does have like 3 Super Bowl rings in the last 15 years or something like that?
No, that's just something an NFC East fan in denial says repetitively.
Oh yeah.
Right now, your division is absolute trash, complete trash.
Like
Anyways,
it's what have you done for me lately here in the
yeah,
NFL?
yeah, exactly. Anyways, I'd like to reach out and wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving and a happy holiday season. I know Joe is excited for the holidays. You know, those Morleys and their holiday seasons, they love them.
I'm just a big guy, and anytime you give me a day to eat and you say you do nothing but eat today, I'm all for it.
That's a good day.
Game over.
Eat and watch football. That's it.
Game blouses. That's what I'm going to say. Just like Prince.
And that is it. that is it. Football and eating. That's the day that we're going to have tomorrow. And I hope you all have the same thing. I also want to just give a quick shout out. The Undertaker retired this weekend. Big part of my childhood. If anyone knows me, I've always been a huge Undertaker fan. So Mark Calloway, thank you for your service. You made my childhood better. I'm sure Joe watched a lot of Undertaker growing up as well. And even the kids today's generation watching Undertaker. He's been going for so long. So I just want to throw that out there too on the show before we cut it. You got anything else, Joe, before I say the final line?
No, the Undertaker was a big part of me. I actually did. I kind of given up on him like the last couple of years because he should have left a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
But he left now, and hopefully he doesn't come back. I mean, a lot of wrestlers continue to come back. Stay gone, enjoy your retirement, and get out of here and rest in peace.
Yeah. We'll see you at your Hall of Fame speech, man. We will, Mark, and I'm excited for it. Anyways, let's close the show out. Finish it. Happy Thanksgiving. Let's go, Cowboys. Just always be alert, guys, because you never know when you're talking sports or in a sports debate when you're going to have to go to
War. Oh.
Let's get ready to rumble. Step into the war zone.
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 Friday night war zone.
Friday night war zone.
Hey yo, it's Phil Flames. I'm with Mike on the Mic and Joe Morley. About to bring you more heat. Welcome to the war zone. You can have a floor seat. Watch them on your iPhone. Watch them on your Galaxy. It's a sports debate show. Straight up out of SoCal. Gather around the laptop. Friday nights it goes down. And we on the radio. Coming to your locale. Got into the third round. Better bring the smoke now. Step into the war zone.
Step into the war zone.
Step into the war zone.
Step into the war zone.